This structure is one of a kind. There are no equals anywhere in the world. There's likely no one in the world who could replicate this centuries-old creation. It's a relic which has been protecting Kyiv for thousands of years. St. Sophia Cathedral, the wisdom of God, is one of the Christian pearls of Eastern Europe. The contemporaneity along with the past intertwine here. The millennial bricks, stucco and frescoes can be seen through the modern renovated layering. At the time of Kievan Rus, the cathedral housed one of the first modern schools and libraries over 1,000 years ago. It is one of the few of Kievan Rus era buildings remaining. It withstood the raids of the Tatar, the Bolsheviks and the Nazis. It seems as if a miracle saved it from destruction. Its name is the Virgin Mary Orans. With pink marble, the smalt has 177 shades, 34 shades of green, 23 yellow, 19 red, 9 silver and 6 purple. There is no mosaic work like it anywhere in the world. It is estimated that more than 2 million cubes of smalt were used to create the orant. They are small in size, from 1 cubic centimeter to 1.5 cubic millimeters. Together, they form the background, bodies and face of the mosaic. Large cubes were used for the golden background and clothing. This orant is the biggest in Kievan Rus era art. It is one of the most significant mosaic masterpieces. The artist took into consideration the angle at which the light would be positioned on every figure. It is an incredibly large icon. The 3 raised waves on the apse were skillfully handcrafted. It looks like the Virgin Mary is sitting on the throne when you stand close to the image. Her eyes follow you when you stand in front of it. The icon was created through interpretation of the strict Byzantine canons. It mysteriously incorporated some Slavic elements. Experts believe the Sophia orant is evidence of the Ukrainian nation existing for centuries. Let's find out some other secrets of Kyiv's orant. The Byzantines saw Kievan Rus as a barbaric country until 988 AD. However, the baptism initiated by Prince Volodymyr the Great changed their attitude forever. The Kievan Rus would undergo drastic changes, taking a step into a new future. Christian orthodoxy was more than a system of values and beliefs. Revolutionary changes were brought about as well. It borrowed the aesthetic, architectural and artistic values of the Byzantine Empire. Kyiv and other cities of Rus changed for the better. These innovative ideas had an immediate effect. The stone buildings replaced wooden foundations. The stone design was also borrowed from Byzantium.
що Візантія сюди привнесла не тільки, скажімо,
Byzantine workers demonstrated masonry techniques and basic principles of stone
це
building.
надскладний принцип будівництва, і це надскладний
The
принцип
complicated technique of stone building was technologically advanced for that period of time.
На той момент нічого більш технологічнішого не було.
The Church of the Tithers was the first new type of building. Volodymyr invited a Byzantine team of specialists for its construction. They were required to test and implement this new construction technique in Kievan Rus. The St. Sophia Cathedral was built next.
Прототипом тої знаної церкви Софії Київської
Sophia of Constantinople in Istanbul was built back in 537. It was the prototype of St. Sophia Cathedral.
Софія Константинопольська ще була побудована в 537 році.
The Virgin Mary Orant is the pearl of the cathedral that underlines its greatness. It crowns the vault of the chancel. The Virgin is dressed in a blue tunic, purple cloak and red boots. The Mother of God stands to pray with extended arms in a special platform. Advanced engineering helped give a sense of the constant presence of the Orant.
Виконання роботи було досить таки складне. Спершу
They did meticulous and difficult work.
стіни одним шаром тиньку.
First, they leveled the surface of the wall with plaster.
Тому у фарбі виконували зображення, яке в подальшому мали.
The second layer was built for the color background that was to be filled with smalt cubes. Smalt consists of powdered glass, salt, and oxides of various metals.
Солі та окиси різних металів.
Смальту треба було укладати.
Using very simple techniques, they smashed smalt into small cubes, which was filled into the designated area.
Укладати на певну, скажімо, площину.
It was absolutely critical to lay the smalt cubes quickly before the mixture turned to stone. The work demanded an excellent skill set and one-of-a-kind artistic talent.
Більш того, інтерпретація
The aesthetic interpretation required large volumes of gold.
Золота. Золота мало бути багато.
Що стосується золотої смальти, то її технологія досить таки теж складна.
Applying gold smalt is also complicated. Thin gold foil, powdered with crushed glass, was laid on every color smalt plate.
Палася товченим склом і цю пластинку знову, скажімо так, запікали.
Візантійці сюди привнесли в Київ цю технологію.
This technology came from Byzantium. Local workers had a short span of time to learn how to create and apply smalt. It made no sense to bring smalt from Constantinople. The result is quite incredible.
Той результат, який ми бачимо, він просто вражає.
Kyiv's Orant is a striking masterpiece, not only because of its artistic perfection, but because it has a number of distinctive features. The Byzantine aesthetic are not too emotional. The images in other churches and cathedrals are typically generalized and schematic.
Оранта являє нам зовсім інакше трактування.
Kyiv's Orant demonstrates a different interpretation of the Mother of God. It can be distinguished from similar images in Byzantium and European countries.
Європейського і в епоху бароко втілиться в унікальні образи, скажімо, зображення Богородиці.
A small embroidered handkerchief is fastened to her belt. This is exactly what makes the Ukrainian Christianity different from the one practiced in the Byzantine Empire. There is no similar interpretation of the Mother of God.
Вона зображена не тільки як захисниця всього народу.
She is the defender of the nation. Everyone who has worries and concerns may address her in their prayers.
Своїми, скажімо, питаннями.
She is like a mother to everyone, the mother who will support and protect her child from evil.
Як мати, яка захистить свою дитину, яка обніме свою дитину і вислухає від неї всі її проблеми.
There are interesting other characteristics inherent to Slavic people, the modern Ukrainians. She has her head covered with an embroidered cloth. The rectangular cover is decorated with 3 red lines. Experts say it's the typical clothing of married Ukrainian women at that time. This isn't even an exhausted list of Ukrainian ethnographic features which can be traced in the mosaic image of the Virgin Mary. what is the story behind the icon, and how is it supposed to reflect the Byzantine canons? Mostly Greeks were involved in the decorative works. It was the same team that built the Church of the Tithers by the order of Volodymyr the Great. The building materials of St. Sophia Cathedral and the Church of the Tithers are quite the same. The Slavic workers who adopted the mosaic art from their foreign counterparts were also involved in its construction. It remains the best explanation for the presence of Slavic elements in the Orans composition. At the same time, it is the biggest mystery surrounding Kyiv's Orant.
Якщо ми згадаємо напис над конхою центральної апсиди, це 6-й вірш 45-го псалма.
The 45th psalm rounds above the conch of the central apse. He will stand, the God will help him when morning dawns. The inscription was done in Greek. The word city in Greek is feminine. That's why it should be literally translated, she will stand.
Тобто жіночого роду. Якщо дослівно перекладати, то було б вона не колихнеться.
Kyiv's citizens spoke fluent Greek back then. Greek citizens visited Kyiv after all. They could literally read the lettering above the image and ascribe them to Orant. It has been called an indestructible wall or unmovable wall.
І тоді ж сформувалася легенда, що допоки стоїть.
It would give weight and meaning to a legend which says Kyiv will exist and prosper as long as Orant's image is
До того
intact.
часу буде стояти і Київ.
The legend might seem like a fabulous myth, but history proves otherwise. The troops of Batu Khan captured Kyiv in 1240 AD.
Коли татарин
A Tatar entered the cathedral and shot an arrow in the Orant. The arrow flew back and killed the invader, so the legend states.
поранила, а за іншими переказами вбила оцього самого татарина.
Even ardent atheists believe in this prediction. Mikhailo Miravyov and his troops bombed Kyiv in 1918.
Декілька снарядів потрапили до Софійського собору, в тому числі.
The cathedral suffered a lot of damage. Some shots hit its central apse over the right shoulder of the Orant.
Постаті Аранти снаряд пробив стіну, але не вибухнув.
The shell struck the wall, but didn't explode. The St. Sophia Cathedral Committee met this record in 1918. A lot of religious buildings were damaged during the Bolshevik shelling in 1918.
Які зазнали культові споруди внаслідок обстрілу більшовиків у 18-му році.
Revolutionary technology and Slavic ethnographic features are what makes this masterpiece unique. Kyiv's Orant embodies the highest achievements of both Byzantine and Kievan Rus art. It has become a storied symbol for many Ukrainians.
Завдяки надзвичайно складній
It is one of the most outstanding monuments of the world art due to the extremely difficult mosaic technique applied.
Вона є одним з пам'ятників світового мистецтва.
Kyiv's Orant, the Virgin Mary, the Indestructible Wall. These are the title for the mosaic image on the apse of St. Sophia Cathedral. Kyiv's St. Sophia Cathedral is visited by people comprising many different nationalities and religions. Some come to see and admire the unique monument of Kievan Rus. Others come to see the icon. Some come to pray here that Kyiv will exist and prosper, as long as the Orant stays intact.